This is The Territory Decides. Election 2012. Live and commercial free.
Welcome again, and ahead lies one of the most significant events in Northern Territory history. Election night 2012, a night when we learn who will control our destiny over the next 4 years. Now, here in the Northern Territory, we have a 25-seat parliament, so the magical number this evening is 13. The first party to have 13 candidates elected is the winner. At the end of the last parliament, this was the situation as it is you are seeing now. With 12 seats, plus the assured support of the Nelson Independent Jerry Wood, that was Labor.
Nothing too notable. Dave Tyler has picked up the first booth in Fong Lim, though, so that's good news for you, mate. You've done pretty well straight off the bat. But look,
what booth was that?
I'll get to that later, mate. I'll tell you that. But look, we expect the first signs shortly of any real indication, and they should come from the outback and rural seats. Now, this is where the votes have been already cast, and they'll come in. Mobile polling's been underway for quite a while.
The first results, there aren't too many in,
Yeah,
I have to say, but this is Arafura.
Grand total of 23 votes. Let's not read anything into that just yet.
But it's an interesting seat, though, this one out in the bush, because let's take a quick look now at the seat of Fanny Bay.
The blue ribbon seat with the thinnest of margins, Fanny Bay encompasses the inner city suburbs of Parap, Stuart Park and the Gardens, as well as the suburb that lends its name to the seat. The seat was once considered the CLP bastion, with former Chief Minister Marshall Perrin representing Fanny Bay for the better part of the 80s and 90s. That stranglehold was broken following Perrin's retirement by another future Chief Minister, in Labor's Claire Martin.
You can have big swings in territory seats, but also the personal nature of Michael Gunner, the fact that he's in a seat where people know him, he's worked extremely hard, and if he does get home against a trend of a swing against the government, it'll be through his hard work.
He has worked very hard, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think we're going to take a look at some results now in the seat of Drysdale down in Palmerston. A very interesting seat, this one as well, because was held by Ross Boland, formerly as a CLP. Of course, he lost endorsement from the Country Liberals. Leah Finocchiaro is the new candidate standing here in Drysdale, and look at that, 833 votes. This is with 27% of the vote counted. Ross Boland, well, he's polling behind James Burke. Is this a surprise, gentlemen, or Leah always expected to win that? Go to Kathleen Bruin. She's at the ALP of the Darwin Turf Club, right in the heart of Fanny Bay. Kathleen.
Hi, Jono. They'll certainly be hoping for a celebration down here tonight, and what better place than the Turf Club at Fanny Bay.
The circumstances probably deserve the fellow getting the clip under the ear. I
think you're right. It is Northern Territory after all.
Look, there's more movement. We should go back to the seat of Barkly. We've been following this extensively. There's been another flood of votes come in. This has been up and down. Of course, we know it's that big race between Jerry McCarthy and also the former Mother of the Year, Rebecca Healy. It's one that...
The Tally Room, the Darwin Convention Centre. Let's go now to Amy Davis with another update. Amy.
Hey, Jono, thanks for that. Yes, I'm here with the outgoing member for Johnson, Chris Burns. Burnsy, Ken Bowser stepping up to the plate this time around. You're stepping down. Is it a bittersweet feeling for you tonight?
Oh, I have a few pangs, but I'm moving on, and it's a whole new chapter for me.
It's all happening on Facebook and Twitter, and keeping your eyes across all of the details is 9 News reporter Christina Costales. Christina.
Thanks, Jono. Yes, plenty of comments on our 9 News Darwin Facebook page.
And I just want to thank the people of the Northern Territory, both in our urban communities and our remote communities, for the support they've given us, and we won't breach that trust.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there you have it, Jono. Optimistic, cautiously optimistic, but it's looking pretty good for the CLP at this point in time. Back to you.
Kerry Blenkinsop out at Liberal Party's party. Thanks very much for the update, and thanks to John Elfring. I love the timing, guys. He said, "I'm not prepared to call it." The cheer goes in the background. That was perfect. Well, we've resurrected Sweetheart, and the Pollies better watch out. Take a look.
Thank you for laying such a strong foundation on many of the reforms that we've progressed.
Wrapping up his concession speech, and as you saw, we're now seeing live pictures of Terry Mills, the incoming Chief Minister, arriving to address his party faithful, what will be a much easier speech for him to make. That said, Damien Hale, just quickly reflecting on Paul Henderson's speech,